What's up, everybody? Mightiest GYros back again. Once again, Ijaz here, joined as I am every week by my lovely co-host, Rafi. Rafi, say hi.
Hello, every week in asterisk. Yes.
Sorry, every week. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
That's it's a rice gum type of every week, isn't it?
Hey,
But what you been up to, Rafi?
not much. Star Wars grind. That's all I've been doing, bro. Star Wars grind.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot
Yeah.
of Battlefront. Rafi
Mhm.
finally took me into rewatching Clone Wars, so I've started that, doing the chronological order one because, like, I don't know why they released it in such a shoddy order, but I'm enjoying it because
What? Go on.
I did used to watch it when it was like on Cartoon Network, but I stopped because it stopped airing. Or I think
Which um, which seasons have you not seen? Is it 6 and 7 you haven't seen?
yeah, five, six, and seven.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. 'Cause that's what I didn't watch either when I was watching it. So you can have a beautiful, fresh experience. But yeah, it's just Star Wars.
Yeah, a lot of Star Wars grinding, but also, which is basically what we're going to be talking about today, a lot of hype, speculation, and thorough enjoyment of the new Disney Plus WandaVision show, which I have to say has subverted my expectations, but in a good way, and not in a Ryan Johnson kind of way. What have you been thinking of it
Mhm.
so far?
What's that? The WandaVisions.
Yeah, man.
Yep. So I enjoy it. I just enjoy it. These all been good.
Yeah, for me, I think
It's just I don't have any problems with it. It's what I wanted from the show, and it's giving me what I want. Yeah.
which episode has been your favorite so far?
Four. Definitely four because it cleared up any confusion I had.
Oh
But I
yeah,
feel like the first three episodes were meant to be confusing.
yeah. Four was
So it's perfect.
definitely an exposition dump, but again, I think it was by design. Like you're saying, the first three episodes were just there
Yeah.
to get us into this sitcom kind of
hmm
scenario. But obviously, they were having little tidbits of unease where they're teasing us, but something's not quite right. Something's not quite
Mm.
right. Even though, of course, we know something's not quite right because the last time we saw Wanda, she was in full color, and now she's in a 1950s black and white sitcom. So clearly, you didn't need to tease us that something wasn't right. We could already
And
tell from the
Vision
get go.
and Vision's alive.
Oh yeah, Vision. Yeah, he is alive, or is he? That's the question we still need answering.
Yeah.
He's quote unquote alive, but as we saw in episode 4, maybe not. Who's been your favorite character in the show so far?
I want to say Vision. I just love how quirky he is now. Like it's just bare funny. Like especially in episode 2 when he was
Oh, when he
had the
was
chewing
drunk.
gum.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he had the chewing gum stuck in his system, so he was basically drunk. Yeah, and kept saying flourish and all that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love how quirky the whole sitcom vibes has been with each episode.
I like Vision, but I also like their David Schwimmer clone. I have
Oh
no
yeah,
idea
we
what the
clocked that.
character's
Yeah,
the
I forget. Yeah, he looks exactly like Ross. I
bro. He's
don't know what
he's
his.
literally Ross with a mustache, and I'm like, yo, this guy's quite funny because the second what's her face is like, I think it's Dottie, her husband's name. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Dottie. Dottie, the
Oh
annoying kid
yeah, when he
character.
turns around. Yeah.
When the power goes out, she's like, "How do I look?" And then he's like, "Oh, thank God." That was just hilarious. That was just hilarious. Again,
Yeah, he's good.
the sitcom aspects are hitting a lot better than I thought they would, which is a good
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
I was worried that it was just going to feel off, and it does feel off, but not in a bad way. Like, it feels off in a sort of, this is supposed to feel off, you're supposed to be uncomfortable.
You're meant to be at unease,
Yeah. And then episode 4 hits, and
and then it's like proper Marvel.
bro, again, the episode started with the undusting, which I'm like, yeah, it's,
Oh
they've
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
addressed
in the
that.
in the hospital. It is quite mad how they show that because it showed the effects it had on people who aren't superheroes. So
Yeah.
like fucking hospitals being at max capacity. It's like where the hell is everyone coming from, bro?
Oh, and
Yeah, that was cool.
the whole tragedy with the thing, Monica's mum.
Oh, she was Captain Marvel's friend, right? Monica's
Yeah,
mom.
Maria,
Yeah.
Maria Rambo. She was in Captain Marvel 1, and apparently later on in the story, she got cancer, survived it, and then died from it, which was just like, oh, that's just that the 1-2 punch of tragedy.
Yeah.
And what happened was, yeah, so she survives cancer only for her daughter to disappear, then come back after she already died. Like that
Mm.
that was just that part was the heartbreaking part for me, because I'm like, you didn't even get to see your mom's last breath. You didn't get to see her die.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see her funeral. You didn't get to talk to her, because in her mom's eyes, she died.
She's disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, okay, she's been gone. It's been 2 years. And how much of that do you think would have just been, she just lost the will to live, like in a Padme
Exactly. Yeah.
circumstance? Because she's like, you know what?
She's very healthy, but she's dying.
Yeah, she's like, I have nothing left to live for. My daughter's gone, so I'm just gonna give up.
Mhm.
Because I feel like that's something which they sort of, okay, they haven't directly addressed it, but I feel like it's sort of, you could allude to it further on with Monica, like maybe if because I heard she's showing up in Captain Marvel 2. So I thought,
Oh yeah.
and obviously you're gonna have to address that, because obviously Captain Marvel's friendship with Maria Rambeau, like that's gonna have to come up at some point in the future. Another character who again showed up in episode 4, who I've loved since he first debuted in the MCU, is Agent Woo, Randall
Is
Park's
he
character.
he was an Ant-Man, right?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Wasn't he also the voice of Martin Lee in
No,
Spider-Man?
no, 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 no,
He
no.
wasn't.
That's
Okay, okay.
that's that's
That's just me being racist.
That's
Never
just
mind.
you being racist, yeah. No, the voice of Martin Lee in Spider-Man was Stephen O. Young, who is also voicing Red Hood in the new Gotham Knights game. Which,
Oh,
side note, that game looks dope. It looks
they're not
fun as
doing
hell.
Troy Baker. That's interesting.
Nah, I think because they want to do something new. So like I
Hmm.
think they have a completely fresh cast. Like the only one
Yeah.
I know of that cast is Stephen O. Young, mainly because I haven't looked up the others. So that's why I'm saying the only one I know is Stephen O. Young, because that's the only one I looked up. But forget Gotham Knights. We'll talk about that as we get close to the release of that game. Wanda in episode 4 has this moment where I was like, it gave me Age of Ultron vibes, where when Monica is catching on to what's going on, and she brings up Pietro being killed by Ultron, and then Wanda is just like, the fuck did you just say?
Oh, and she's like, "You are trespassing."
Yeah, bro. For stars, Monica should not have survived being thrown through 14 walls.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cut you quickly there. So, what confused me is the wall she gets pushed through is the front of their house. How did them lot not see that?
Yeah, like forget not see.
She bent.
How do you not hear? How do you not hear walls being disintegrated?
I fully just solved my own problem there. It's because she's the one that she's in control, probably. So
Oh yeah,
probably she could have made it where they didn't have to see it. Okay, I
but
solved my own question.
yeah, no, she's been extremely, well, increasingly scary in these last 2 episodes, where she's been getting really defensive about her pocket reality,
Hmm.
and I think this is Kevin Feige trying to build up to an MCU version of the House of M, where
Mhm.
I think in House of M she basically creates a reality where there's no mutants, and she's like living really happy, and she's like the ruler of it. I haven't read House of M. I still need to read House of M. I also need to read House of X, because I need some more mutants back in my life, man. Like, but this whole reality warping side of Wanda, I'm glad that we're seeing that, because
Finally seeing it. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Wanda has some of the most untapped potential in the MCU, and I've seen a lot of theories going around saying maybe this is the beginning of Wanda, quote unquote, turning heel,
Mhm.
where she becomes a bad guy, but
Oh,
well, she becomes a villain, but not because of she just wants to destroy the world or something, but she's not able to handle her grief. Because I've been thinking about it a lot. WandaVision, as well as Infinity War and Endgame, this is Wanda going through the 5 stages of grief.
PTSD and all that. Yep.
Yeah, so obviously in Infinity War, the second she kills Vision, obviously to try and stop the Titan from getting the stone, and she comes to terms with that. When she's being dusted, she has this look of sort of acceptance on her face that she's disappearing. That I think was the first stage, the depression. Then when she comes
Yeah.
back in Endgame, and she goes up to Thanos and is like, "You took everything from me."
I don't know who you are.
And then you will, and she just proceeds to wreck him. That was the anger.
Oh,
The
so it's denial. So what it says denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Yeah. So I think,
Yeah,
well, I think the depression comes first. Is no, no, I think it is
that's
denial.
denial.
Mm,
Yeah.
then maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so that completely throws my theory off. But I mean, they could swap around the two Ds.
Yeah, it's probably denial. I don't know how to fit denial and anger makes sense because you took everything from me. Bargaining right now, she's making her own fantasy.
Yeah,
Depression will be later on in the season, and acceptance is when she finally comes to terms and meets up with the sword lots.
yeah, and or either that, or the acceptance could be a dark turn in which she accepts that, okay, reality is cruel. I can't have what I want. I'm just gonna go berserk,
Hmm.
and she just starts wrecking shop and like twisting reality to however she wants, which might lead into Spider-Man 3, where there's all these multiversal shenanigans and people we've
Yeah.
seen in older movies coming back, and allegedly three different Spider-Men in the movie. Which,
Hmm.
again, if that's how it's all connected, I wouldn't be against that. It would give a nice amount of stakes to the show, because you know how all the other Marvel shows, the ones that have been produced since the Avengers in 2012, they've basically
Wait,
been considered quote unquote non-canon, so they really have no stakes and no weight in the actual MCU.
even the Netflix ones, right?
Yeah, even the Netflix ones.
'Cause the only one that is canon is Agent Carter. I think you said it before.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only one, and that's only because it has literally zero, like it has zero impact or
On
zero
the
connection to the
MCU.
on the modern day MCU stuff. That's like, okay, this is Agent Carter is just filling in the gaps of, okay, what happened after Steve went into the ice? What happened with Peggy Carter, because she was a cool character.
Yeah.
And yeah, so again, this is giving the show some stakes, some weight, where it's like, okay, these are important ones. These Disney Plus ones, yeah, you don't have to watch them, but they're must see if you understand what I mean. Get Disney Plus, binge these shows, and then you'll understand the MCU and accept it and appreciate it in a far greater amount of detail than what you usually would.
Hmm.
Do you think Doctor Strange is going to show up in this?
I feel like he will. If it's something to do with how much power Thing has, what's her face? Got a name, Wanda. I feel like she'll definitely show up. He will definitely show up.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have like a massive role.
Like a little scene maybe at the end, like a little
End
post
credits,
credit sort of.
yeah, end
Yeah.
credits cameo teaser where it's like, okay, I've got to fix this now.
Mm.
Let me do my job as a sorcerer supreme, because again, with the whole Wanda turning into a villain theory, what if she's the villain of Doctor Strange too?
Oh, that'll be interesting. I want to see how that will work because it'll be heroes versus heroes. It's gonna be quite mad dynamic.
Yeah, like much like Civil War was, isn't it?
Mm.
But obviously smaller scale, but at the same time bigger scale, because these are far more powerful characters.
Yeah.
But my theory is, I think there is something to do with Mephisto here, where he sort of, well, he's not directly creating this reality. He's
Wait,
doing the
Mephisto? Who's that?
Mephisto, the Marvel's version of the devil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's playing the devil in your ear kind of character with Wanda, where he's like, listen, you're so powerful, you can do this. You can create this pocket
Mm.
reality where you have life being followed by however you want it to be. So do it.
Yeah,
Who's going to
I can
stop
see
you?
that thing.
So
Yeah.
it could be the whole thing of, okay, Mephisto, he's the secret grand villain at the end of it, but he's using Wanda as a means to an end. So he wants to shape. Maybe he's manipulating Wanda's reality warping powers, maybe training her to sort of become this ultimate badass reality bending character who really has literally no one to challenge her except a possible Doctor Strange. What do you think of that? You still there?
So it just cut out there for a bit. I
Yeah.
heard you saying the reality, and then it just cut off.
All right. Well, again, sorry. Just to reiterate what I said, what if Mephisto's sort of training her to become this ultimate reality bending badass?
Yeah, because you were saying as he can just like tell her, do this, do that. You can do it. You're powerful and whatnot.
Yeah. Again,
That could be a thing. Yeah.
being the being the devil whispering in your ear kind of character. Like, what if he has like literally no power? Okay, maybe not no power, but obviously his powers probably won't be in the same scale as Wanda's,
Mm.
but it's strong enough so that he can influence her because she's got her powers originating from the Mind Stone, right? So what if he tries to? Maybe it's the whole thing of he can reverse engineer the Mind Stone because you got the source of the Mind Stone's power in Wanda. Again, that's just me spitballing. That's very very far out there theory, but anything's possible.
Exactly.
What are your theories?
Mainly with WandaVision. Theory wise, I'm not too sure because I'm not as deeply thing as you in Marvel. What's the word? Knowledgeable. But I do feel like it's something where obviously there's got to be a reason as to why she's doing this. I genuinely just don't know what it is because like is this, as you said, PTSD sort of thing. Who's behind it? Because I did say beforehand, we agreed actually that it wasn't what we thought it was. Their neighbor originally, wasn't it? Like she had the big bad vibes.
Oh yeah, Agnes.
I feel like something's with the the townsfolk. Because like, do you remember when the dude, I forget, this is the black dude's name. He's like, we're, and like they're saying no, they're saying
Yeah.
no. It's like, why are they complying with it? Like, what's going on?
Well, maybe they
I'm
have
just,
no choice but to comply with it.
yeah, well, it's like, why they gotta be so hush hush about it? That's what I want to figure out.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Well, again, these questions will all be answered soon, hopefully. That's one
We got
thing.
half the season left, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 5 episodes left. One thing that has been really funny about this show is the episodes leave you with more questions than answers, and then they answer some questions, and then leave you with like 50 more questions.
Hmm.
Again, I'm hoping that the resolution in this is very satisfactory because I
Yeah.
don't think this type of show you can do more than one season. Because
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
It's gonna be it's a very contained story. You can't branch it out to multiple seasons and shit.
yeah. So I don't think they're gonna try that. I think they're gonna try and keep it as a limited series where it's like, okay, this WandaVision arc happens within the series WandaVision.
Yeah.
Has some loose connections to Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3.
I thought that was gonna be a thing for all series now. It's gonna be one season dips and that's it.
Well, I think some of them you could do. I
Like
think
you could do like Falcon Winter Soldier. I could see that being
yeah,
like a 2 season thing
yeah. I
because
think
like
they already said they want to do a second season of Loki,
oh
which
that's like time travel and that stuff, though, isn't it,
yeah.
Loki? So that could make
So
sense. Yeah.
so there's a lot of room for that. Plus, again, that's happening in an alternate reality, so it's nothing that's really impending the current
Mm,
MCU timeline.
yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think there is room for that to be more than one season. Which, good thing about that is we literally get Falcon and Winter Soldier 2 weeks after the final episode of WandaVision, so we don't have to wait that long.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's not like we're. It's the one thing about Disney Plus now. The first year of Disney Plus was a drought. You had Mandalorian, and that was it. Of course, you had gems as well, like absolute masterpieces like
Sweet Life of Zack and
High School
Cody.
Musical, the musical, the series, Sweet Life of Zack.
Oh,
No, I like Sweet Life. Okay, I've been
oh, we're chatting shit, and I thought you were gonna talk about regular High School Musical.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
forgot
no.
about the musical, the series, the musical was just stupid.
Yeah, man, I don't know why they gave it that name. Like whoever came up with that, the
Not
right,
even the name, bro. The premise is stupid.
but the name, whoever came up with it is either a marketing genius or an idiot, because the name was so ridiculous that people kept memeing it, which I guess may have increased its viewership and popularity. But apparently, from everyone who I know who watched the original High School Musical and loved it, they hated the series because it's like, it's not the same actors, it's not the same like, kind of story. I don't like it. So I'm like,
The
okay,
series is stupid. No, the series is stupid because it treats the original movies as movies, and the school that they're in the series is the same school they used to record in the movies. So it's like a fourth wall sort of thing. It's like, oh, yeah, the High School Musical movies are filmed in our school. We should do a musical about it. I was like, what? Just do like a sequel or something, bro.
man, like yeah, just make the fourth movie like everyone was asking for. You'd make so much bank. Like again, I'm no like fan of those movies. I watched the first two when they came out on
It's
Disney Channel.
nostalgic, isn't it?
It's, yeah,
So
it's nostalgic, but I'm like, even I can see that there is a want and desire to see all those older actors, come back for a reunion episode or something. I don't know,
uh-huh.
maybe do like a 10 years later where, okay, maybe not 10 years later because then you would have to somehow start a new arc with like the main cast kids, but they'd only be like 5 or 6 years old. So and I doubt you can find that many musically gifted kids. Okay,
Yeah.
that's maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe do one where they're all in the world of like corporate business or something, and they're trying to short sell GameStop, and they all lose their lose their money because gamers rose up.
Because I read it.
Reddit. Oh man, GameStop. That whole fiasco. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I loved hearing about that because it's like, oh, all those hedge fund managers, they're like, oh, no, 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 we can play the system, but the second you guys do it, no, 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 that's not fair. That's not fair.
That's not legal.
That's not legal. It's like, no, no, you can't do that.
Wait, that's illegal.
Yeah. Oh, just invest. Wait, no, not like that. Did you buy any?
No, I don't know how stocks and all this stuff properly works. So
Yeah, me
I do
neither.
want to get I do want to get into e-commerce and all that stuff. Is it e-commerce? No, what's it called? Bitcoin and all that stuff. Is that e-commerce? I'm pretty sure it is. But
I think
that stuff
that's
looks fun to get into.
cryptocurrency, isn't it not?
Crypto. What's e-commerce? I'm getting mixed up.
You're asking the
I
wrong
thought
guy, man.
I thought e-commerce was like another term for crypto. I just didn't want to say crypto.
Maybe
But yeah, anyway,
it might be. I
yeah.
don't know. I know nothing about stocks and stuff. All I know is that people were crying that billionaires were losing their money. I'm like, bro, these guys literally have more money than we will ever make in our lives. Why are you rushing to defend them? Like, just shut up and let the gamers do what they want. I don't care what they do with the money. Just as long as they bankrupt those bastards. Anyway, that was a tangent I wasn't expecting to go off of. But back on the thing of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Obviously, the whole thing of the first season of Falcon and Winter Soldier would be, oh, Falcon. He'll probably be the the focus of the story because obviously him getting the shield, becoming
Being the new Captain
yeah,
America.
coming into the role of Captain America. What made me laugh was that like a couple weeks ago they announced, oh, Chris Evans is coming back to the MCU. I'm like, bro, he's been gone like 30 seconds.
Has he? Is he officially come? Like, is he back in?
Well, yeah, according to like sources like Variety, Deadline, and Hollywood Reporter, and whenever those three say something, is basically set in stone. Like those three are the outlets you can trust the most. All the other ones, take it with a pinch of salt.
Mm.
But obviously, Evans is trying to play coy, saying, "Well, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
This is news to
This is
me.
news to me." Shut up, Chris. Shut up, Chris. We know they're paying you like $50 million, right, for like a 3 minute cameo in Squirrel Girl or something. That'd be hilarious.
Anna Kendrick gonna be in that yet?
No, 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 no. I don't think so. I think that if they do make a Squirrel Girl movie, they're probably going to cast someone who's like
Hella young.
Tom Holland's age when he was cast
Yeah.
as Spider-Man, because Squirrel Girl is a young character in the comics, so
Yeah,
they
Anna Kendrick won't make sense.
they would probably have her be someone who they could grow into the role and maximize their time. You know who I would like to
Maximize profit.
You know who I would like to see Anna Kendrick play though in the MCU?
Who's that?
Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde,
Who's that? Oh,
the X-Men character.
okay. Yeah. Walking through walls and that.
Like, I think she'd be a solid fit for that role, but they would have to. Okay, what I want them to do for the X-Men, right, is one thing I did like about X-Men Apocalypse was that they made the main cast younger,
Mm.
right? But what I would want is, okay, so yes, you do have a young main cast, but all the OG X-Men that we know, like
Oh,
like Cyclops and Storm, like they're there, but as like sort of mentor characters. And
was it Storm Young in Apocalypse as well? She was on the bad guys, wasn't she?
yeah, Storm was young,
Yeah.
but what I want it to be more like is that series X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, where so obviously I know in that one Cyclops was.
Oh, they got like
was young,
they
but
got the older characters
yeah,
and
but
they got the yeah.
yeah, but you did have older characters like Wolverine, Beast,
Wolverine, Storm.
yeah, obviously Professor X. So I'd
Mm.
like to see them do something like that.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would definitely be cool. that'll be the best way to do it because it will be like a perfect mix of having. It'll be perfect for like the whole school of mutants, whether like, Professor X runs having the young ones and the old ones.
Yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
sick.
Sorry, man.
Mm.
I just someone just tried to barge into my room. I was a bit thrown off there. Oh man, yeah, really need to get everyone out of the house when I do this. Yeah, it is what it is. What it is. But yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to. But I really want to see how WandaVision resolves, because
Yeah,
it's something that's so. Again, every
there's a
episode.
lot to cover in 4 episodes though.
Yeah, it's like it was so intriguing. Like the first two episodes didn't really hook me as much. I'm like, but I found them enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah, they were enjoyable. I didn't. I wanted to know what the bigger picture was,
yeah,
and there was none from those 2 episodes.
but then episode three happens and they start slowly drip feeding you. And when episode three happened, I thought, okay, it was going to be every episode you're just slowly getting more and more revealed, and by the episode
Mm.
9 you're like mind blown. But no, they're like, oh
Yeah,
bitch,
nah.
you thought. No, episode 4 mind blown.
Yeah.
Which again, episode 4 was, I don't know why I had doubts. I don't know why I had doubts for Feige. The guy just knows what he's doing. I'm just going to stop questioning what he does. I'm just going to accept that he has a better plan. Like he knows better than we do. He's like,
I just realized where else I seen what's the character, the Asian dude? He was in Ant-Man and this one as well,
oh, Randall
WandaVision.
Park.
Yeah, he. Oh crap! I just dropped my phone. He was in The Office. He
Yeah,
was Asian Jim.
it's funny. In The Office, he plays Asian Jim. In Ant-Man, in the MCU, he plays Agent Jim.
It's quite funny.
Which is yeah, it's really funny. I think he was also in that old Nickelodeon show. Um, I say old. It's like it was like 2012. Super Ninjas.
Don't know about that.
Bro, it was bad. It was like this really B-tech version of like Power Rangers. It starred you know that actor Ryan Potter.
No,
He's
Brian Potter.
he's the guy who
Let's
played
Google
Beast
it.
Boy in the Titans live action.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which he played so Randall Park
Oh,
played.
it's Super Ninjas. Okay, Super
Yeah,
Ninjas.
so Randall Park, I believe, played his father in that. Which again,
Hmm.
I found he's a very funny like
Yeah,
presence. Like he's when you see him in a movie.
he was Kim Jong Un, wasn't
Yes, he
he?
was
In
Kim Jong Un
the
in the
interview.
interview. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one role where like from then on I just can't like from that role onwards you can't take him seriously in anything. It's like,
Hmm.
there are certain things that will just ruin actors and like celebrities for you. Like for example, in the interview you saw Eminem.
He's gay.
It's like he's like, oh yeah, no, my whole albums were like, oh, I was playing a game of gay peekaboo, and from then on I literally like is I laugh every time. I laugh every time because I'm like, yo, how are they getting away with this? How did he say yes to this? Like this shit is gonna get memed for the rest of his life. And like unless he like clamps down or cracks down on those making memes and like starting to charge for using his likeness, it's not going to work out well for him. He's just probably going to get depressed after a certain while. So one of my mates, he's a diehard Eminem guy, and
Oh no.
even he's like, oh yeah, no, I think him doing that scene was a mistake.
I mean, Eminem's last 3 albums haven't been good, so.
It's all connected, man. It's all connected. Is there any other actor in that series who you recognize, like in WandaVision?
the girl, the girl from Two Broke Girls. She was
Oh,
in Thor.
oh yeah, Darcy. But not. I mean,
Yeah.
besides Darcy, I mean the people in the sitcom part.
Oh, in the sitcom stuff. No, not anyone else. I realized there was Ross. That was.
Ross that isn't actually Ross.
I can't think of any others.
Yeah, no, I can't either. But here's to hoping some surprises show up. Like
Hmm.
if we get like a sitcom legend popping up, like in the future, in like episode 7 or something, and just like, whoa, I can't believe this guy showed up. But of course, Marvel would be able to get them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my mom's coming again. They really don't want me to do this. but Sodom. Oh bloody hell! She made me lose my train of thought. I completely
But,
forgot. Completely forgot what I was gonna say. You know what? Let's ad lib. Let's just ad lib. Let's just talk about Clone Wars now.
hey, perfect.
Because
My bad, what are you gonna do?
yeah, no, because thanks to Rafi, I've been
This is just Disney Plus episode, isn't it?
yeah, it's literally by Disney Plus. Disney should be sponsoring me. I don't know why they don't. Like I personally feel like I'm a very good spokesperson for them, even though they do some. Actually, I'm not going to say anything just to put my future career as a Disney spokesperson at risk. I'm thinking 14 steps ahead. Okay, but I'm only what 11 episodes into Clone Wars, but I
Yeah,
forgot
11 and movie. Well, 12 episodes, 11. Yeah, whatever.
how much I enjoyed the show. Like
Clone was just too good. Season 1 and 2, they are fairly childish, but I didn't mind. Like, there were some parts which were like stupid kid humor where like a clone bumps his head into a pipe, and I'm like, oh, that's bare funny. I found it stupid.
there is a lot of good humor in this. Like the one episode where Yoda was on like he was him and like three clones
Oh,
were
the ambush episodes,
yeah
yeah.
well yeah they were trapped on a planet with I can't remember the name of the king, but Ventress was there trying to
Trying to
ambush
hunt
him,
them down.
and then the second he gets to the king and Ventress is like about trying to threaten the king, and she's like Yoda just gives this look and is like, you really think you're strong enough to fight? Shut up, man. Just, bro, my guy fully force force grabs. Is that what you're going to call it? The force grabs her lightsabers
Yep.
and just because he can, just gives them back. Because you just know you're not on Yoda's level. No one will ever be on Yoda's level. Yoda is the GOAT for a reason. Yoda is the number one Jedi. I don't care what anyone says. Alright, you can say Luke Skywalker. Fuck you. Yoda is the GOAT of Jedi. Okay? It goes Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke, then Anakin.
Get your facts straight. Ray is the number one Jedi.
Nash.
She knows how to force lightning return without even training. No, I hate the sequels. That's the
Oh.
thing about Clone Wars. I love the prequels as they are anyway, but Clone Wars just makes it that much better.
Yeah, no, Clone Wars did something really like it does something really good where it develops the story of the prequels in such a way where
Because there's a lot of a dry, like there's a lot of void between 2 and 3.
yeah, like
Well, like going straight from Anakin being this like a
bitchy, whiny,
19-year old, yeah, who's like doesn't, or 17 or 19 he wasn't, I think
angsty
like,
teenager
yeah, and
with
then you just
hormonal
see out of
issues.
nowhere in episode 3 some butch fucking Jedi Knight
Yeah,
who knows how to fuck about and shit.
like I didn't buy Anakin and Obi-Wan's friendship that much in the prequels because it felt forced and tacked on, like it was an afterthought. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's like they completely forgot that one of the first few things that Obi-Wan says to Luke in the original movies is he was a friend and
Yeah,
one of the best star pilots he ever knew. And it's like they completely forgot to make it seem like they were friends in the prequels.
it was episode 2. It made it more of the whole master and student thing. But then episode 3, I feel like the little banter they have in the beginning, it shows that yeah, these are brothers.
Yeah,
But like Clone Wars just does it so much better.
yeah.
Oh, it has to add to it. It has to do it.
And you know what? I love Obi-Wan being a troll.
He's so sassy, bro. He's so sassy. What's his name? James Arnold Taylor, man. He does Obi Wan's voice so fucking well.
He does a really good impression of Ewan McGregor. Like it's
It's
uncanny.
literally perfect. It's
It's
perfect.
so good. Like like again as a kid when I was watching this, I genuinely thought that they got the actors from the movies playing their voice roles.
Yeah, the only one that got me a bit off when I was a kid was Anakin's, but I honestly prefer Matt Lanter's voice to Hayden's.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what?
Well, Hayden in episode 2, I don't like at all the voice. Matt Lanter's voice is sick, and then episode 3, Hayden is cool because you see the bit of the sternness, but when he's like, "This is outrageous. It's unfair." It's a bit like, huh?
I
I want
hate
that Matt
them.
Lanter voice.
It's all
I
that
want.
whiny teenage angsty voice. It's just like which
It's
again
coming back.
I
But then, what have
I
I
don't
done?
fault Hayden for that. It's more so the writing. The
Yeah,
right
that's the thing about the prequels. It's the other than episode one, because episode one script was good. There's nothing really cringy in episode one. It's just episode two, the writing. Like Lucas didn't know how to write a kid again.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, let me just forget all that knowledge I had about Luke."
Well, to be fair, Luke was like a young adult.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Like, I feel like Luke was like in his 20s. Because like
But yeah,
he's
probably
living on a desert planet. Right, to be
yeah,
fair, they never
early
actually
20s, I think.
they never specified Luke's age. It's one of them ones where it's like, okay, you kind of just assume because the actor looks like he's X years old that the character is X years old.
Hmm.
And then you remember back in the Disney sitcoms where they would cast like a 24-year-old to play a 14-year-old. It's like what are you thinking? What you like? So I remember when I turned 14 and I'm like, I don't look that tall,
I don't look. Why am I not a JoJo character?
in it. And it's I ain't got like perfect clear skin and like these perfect bodies that these people have. What the hell, Disney? You selling me lies? But yeah, no.
Bro.
Another thing that I really liked about, I really enjoy about Clone Wars, the narrator, man.
Oh, the Admiral.
Yeah,
Uh,
his voice.
War on all horizons.
It
The
sounds
separatists.
he sounds like a fight time announcer. You know, like he's about to announce a boxing match.
Yeah, it sounds like in those old shows that take place in the '60s, like Mash. Have you heard of Mash?
I haven't heard of Mash, but I know I know the type of
It's like
shows.
it's like the Vietnam comedy show. Where there's got like the like they're announcing on the radio. Okay, fucking George Bush is doing this. Blah 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 blah. It's like that sort of like radio blackout vibes that they get. Like they need these constant updates. I fucking love that stuff for Clone Wars.
Yeah. Again, I really want to. I'll probably watch like 14 more episodes today because I'm
What speed you watching at?
double speed. I can't watch anything. I can't watch anything on single speed anymore, man.
How dare you? Nah, I watched like all of JoJo and like Hunter x Hunter on like 2 and 4 speed, but then like for Clone Wars, I was like, no, I'm going to 1 time speed.
Rafi, I watched 500 episodes of One Piece at 4 times speed.
Are you even enjoying it at that point? No.
Yeah.
But for Clone Wars, I'll write them down for you. Episodes that you can't do in 2 times. You gotta appreciate in the 1 time speed.
All right. Just make sure to send them to me after this.
Because season 3, when you get to season 3, season 3 is where it hits. We'll be going. There's so many oh shit moments, so many new characters you get introduced to. So good, so
Yeah.
good. And then Rebels. I didn't expect Rebels to be as good as as it was because it's all new characters. The only character we know about is like Ahsoka. There's no Anakin. There's none of that. But bruh, Rebels is so good. Animation's a bit weird because like all the characters look a bit more like cartoony.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I think it's just Filoni wanted to honor episode 4 on that a lot. The lightsabers are hella thin. They're really thin.
I noticed
I'm like,
they look like you're fencing or something.
yeah, they look like literally Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader in episode 4. Like how thin the lightsabers were in that.
Yeah, they look less like lightsabers and more like light rapiers.
Yeah, legit.
Wait.
Oh, funny thing about lightsabers, I was on prequel memes the other day, and I noticed this meme of Darth Vader. So you know when Luke is looking down at Darth Vader in episode 6, not dead, like Darth Vader still got his lightsaber out.
Yeah.
The lightsaber casts a shadow.
That's not supposed to happen.
Light.
Yeah, light.
a little bit of a BTS blooper, but that was quite funny.
Well, I mean, again, these guys also used parsecs as a measure of speed, when a parsec is a measure of distance.
Oh yeah, get there in 3 parsecs.
Yeah, I remember I was in a physics lesson in year 11, and my physics teacher actually brought that up. And my physics teacher, when I was in year 11, she was really new, but she was also like a bit geeky.
Okay.
So she thought, okay, let me make a Star Wars reference. Maybe the kids will understand it. Like 4 of us in the class got it. Everyone else is like, Miss, why are you talking about Star Wars?
Shut up, bro.
Which is weird because I was in
We're
2015
gangsters.
and the new Star Wars movie trailer had just dropped.
Oh, episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, what about Star Wars though? Have you seen Solo?
no.
I watched it for the first time the other day. It is a great movie. Oh, it's so good. I did not expect it to be. I'm
gonna watch it eventually.
You got to watch it after straight after Clone Wars.
Yeah.
After Clone. Oh no, episode 3.
Is it episode 3? Oh yeah.
You're not watching 1, 2, Clone Wars 3, are you?
No. I was watching
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
Okay, yeah, it takes place after episode 3 though.
All right, cool.
But yeah, Clone Wars is like I remember I was thinking the movie was gonna be trash because the actor they got for Han looks a bit older than Han did when he was young in episode 4, 5, and 6. The whole thing about Lando being pans or something like, oh, why they gotta make my guy gay? Nothing like that. But it was just like all I was hearing was negatives. And the movie came out. I didn't watch it. The movie apparently it was a box office
It flopped.
flop for them.
It
It,
flopped.
they only made 400 million when their budget was 300, which is quite sad
Yeah,
because the movie was real good.
and it's sad because they could have easily avoided that whole catastrophe of flopping at the box office if they literally just shifted the release date up by like a few months. Because
What was it in tied with? Was it like a Marvel movie?
it literally
It was 2018,
it was
so
2018, so it was within the release window of Infinity War
hmm.
and about 2 weeks after Deadpool 2 came out. So
Ah,
it was caught in between that.
should have been before Deadpool. That'd have been perfect.
Yeah,
But the film was really good. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 because it was funny. Like Han Solo, the guy who plays Han Solo, I'd buy it. Like he is a young Han Solo.
I feel like a lot of fans kind of just shagged him just because he wasn't what's it called?
He didn't look
Yeah, but
young.
just because he wasn't Harrison Ford, they're like, oh no,
Oh, obviously,
we don't
yeah.
like him, we don't accept him.
He had the Harrison Ford vibe. Like
Again,
he was Han Solo. It was
if
really
he's
good.
able to capture the essence of the character, then by all means,
Hmm.
clearly they did something right there. But
Like I bought it. Yeah, it was a really good film.
at least Lucasfilm and Lucas Arts appreciated his performance because they
He's in
made him
Battlefront
yeah
2.
they made him a game model in thing Battlefront 2, which
Mm.
I have to say
Same with Childish Gambino.
oh yeah they did, didn't he?
Yeah.
I hate facing those blaster characters so much.
My Han Solo is my main on when I play Rebel side on Battlefront 2.
No, when I
Headshots with him are so satisfying.
bro, he's so like he's so cap. I don't care. Him and Kylo Ren are the two most cap characters in that game. Right, Kylo Ren with his stupid force freeze, which, to be fair, I abuse whenever I play as him, but it's such a cap ability.
Now, who I hate is Ray when she does like when she just makes your controller bug out. I'm like, allow it, man.
Oh yeah,
You're
and
not
then you
meant to be
can't do anything because she
powerful.
pushes you back, and I'm like, oh, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like, why you got this stupid ability? Like, I like
Just
I like the force push abilities though, like the amount of
with Obi-Wan, it's just so much fun.
with Obi-Wan and with Darth Maul, because Darth Maul especially because he not only do you force push, but you choke them first.
Yeah, you go, and then yeah.
You yeet them like 14,000 meters across them. The number of times I have got a kill just because I pushed them off the map as Darth Maul, like
Use your go on,
they
sorry.
really need to nerf that ability.
They're not doing anything to the game, though, innit? They're probably because they're making Battlefield 6 next and hopefully Battlefront 3 after that.
Really, Battlefront 3.
Yeah, I'm hoping because there's nothing else for them to really to do.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Star Wars wise, unless they want to make a new plot, because Battlefront 2's story is canon.
Is it?
After 6, I believe it takes place.
Oh, nice. Here's a question. Okay, so this is kind of a two-part question, right? But if you like had a lightsaber, according to the lore of the series,
Hmm.
part A is what color would you want yours to be, and part B would be what color do you think yours would be realistically?
I think mine. I would want pink because that's a possible color. It's called magenta, but I think what Jedi is. So there's blue, which are the people who do combat. There's green, yellow are the negotiators, and green are the people who try to keep peace. I think I'd probably be yellow. I would want green because I just like green lightsabers. Qui-Gon, like even though Obi-Wan's my favorite. Obi-Wan started with green, wasn't it? No, he had blue. And thing.
Oh,
I'm bugging.
yeah.
Qui-Gon. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up. So yeah, Qui-Gon. You know, Obi-Wan's my favorite, and he's blue. I just like Qui-Gon's lightsaber the most. It just looks so sleek, and that plus Luke's green lightsaber, Yoda's green lightsaber, Ezra's. Oh, but then yeah, but yeah, I think was it Jedi Consulars? I think they're yellow, and those are the guys who would negotiate, but not they would use force in a good way, whereas blue lightsaber holders they're purely for combat. That's why Anakin and Obi-Wan are generals. whereas Shakti is always dealing with the clones and whatnot. Yellow lightsaber lots are sort of mediated peacekeepers.
See, for
Yeah,
me,
I think I'll be.
for me, the color I would want would be green, because like you said,
You're a consular, yeah, consular. Sentinel's yellow. My bad. I was
yeah,
trying to remember what it is.
yeah, the green ones, I think are I don't know. I feel like they're the coolest underrated ones. And
Hmm.
I remember like a few years ago. Oh, I say a few years ago. This is more than a decade ago. Well, I think when episode 3 came out, we got me, my brother, and my cousin got given Eid gifts where we were given lightsabers. Yasin got a blue one. Me and my
Which one
cousin.
did you get? Can you remember?
I think he got no. I think it was
Was it Anakin's or Obi-Wan's?
Anakin's or Obi-Wan's. Yeah, I think it was Obi-Wan's. I got a green one, and
Probably Qui-Gon.
my cousin also got a green one. I think I got I had Luke's one,
Okay.
and my cousin got the one from you know the green guy, not Yoda, but the green guy with the tentacle hair,
Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto. Yeah,
Yeah.
my cousin got that one, and yeah, I think I had Luke's one.
Mm.
So again, green lightsabers, I think are cooler. But I think what I would be given, like if I was to build one and do, with all the ruling and the kyber crystals and stuff, I think mine would actually be purple, because I'm not above using like dirty tactics. I feel like I would be the type of Mace Windu kind of character where I would low key tap into the dark side a little bit just to give myself an advantage and an edge. So I think, yeah, the one I would want would be green, but the one I would get would be purple.
You
But
you 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 want to be a violent boy?
yeah,
You
and
probably get purple or blue.
yeah,
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 if you think you're violent enough, you'll get purple. But if you're just for combat, blue.
yeah. It's funny though. Earlier you were saying you thought Obi-Wan's was green. I
I was bugging, yeah.
like no, I thought that as well. Like the whole Mandela effect thing, where you
Mm.
misremember something, but you remember it so well that because you think it's real. Like
Yeah, I fully just remembered episode 1. Obi-Wan having a green lightsaber, not because he was a Padawan. Anakin was a Padawan and things, so he also had green. I just mixed the two together. I was like, oh wait, that's wrong
yeah,
completely.
no, I thought he had a green one for the longest time, and then I realized no, his was blue. His was definitely blue.
It was blue throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know where I got green from, but yeah, I do think the whole lore of kyber crystals and like your it like that sort of like D&D allegiance thing will sort of will dictate what color your lightsaber is.
Yeah.
I've always found that cool.
If you've played KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, I just started replaying it because I got to play the sequel and I played that. There's a whole part where you ask the Jedi Masters what lightsaber you want, and I said green because that's the one I want. But then they gave me a bunch of questions like if you see a woman getting attacked by thugs, what would you do? One would be to kill the thug. Second would be to defend the woman and like try to get her to safety. And the third one was
Join the
figure out
thugs.
what's going on. No, join the thugs. Yeah, just red dark side. Blue was to fight them. Yellow was to help the woman, and green was to figure out what's going on. And I picked the one which was help the woman, so rather than killing anyone. So I got the yellow. But I was like, nah, I want green. Green's my color. So green lightsabers just look cool.
They do. I always used to think that green lightsabers were the ones of like the Jedi Masters, where like once you become a complete master of the
Yeah, that's
Force.
why Luke got one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and Yoda's one was green.
Ray didn't get that.
You gotta let that go, man. You gotta let it go. The sequels
Nah, man,
happened, okay?
she's just very. I don't want this to happen, but obviously I want this. Obviously, everyone wants the sequels retcon. Even people who say Episode 8 is their favorite and Ryan Johnson's the best, they want sequels retcon. They're lying. But the way Clone Wars made the prequels much better.
You want a
I
series
kind of hope there's. I kind of hope there is a sequel show. There is a sequel show Filoni did called
Resistance, is it?
Resistance. Yeah, and that takes place before 7 and during 7, I believe. So I got to watch that. But obviously, it's nothing. They haven't done anything yet because that was when I think it just ended in 2020. So and it was all taking place before the sequel. So there's nothing like that. I don't think anything can be done to sequels to make them work. Well, 7's okay. I'll give that a 5. But Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are just terrible movies.
I feel like the sequels as a trilogy, like I think they need something.
If you get rid of the Star Wars title, They're all right.
No,
They're all right. They're all right sci-fi flicks.
it's not even that. I feel like you say there's nothing that can be done to salvage them, which fair enough. You might be correct on that, but I personally think they can have like the sort of um, Age of Ultron effect, where for example, when Age of Ultron first came out, it was pretty much okay. Well, it wasn't panned completely. A lot of people were like, "It's not as good. It's not as good as it could have been," and it felt like a movie that just got sacrificed to set up future movies, which it did.
Yeah.
Let's be real. It was a movie that was sacrificed to set up Infinity War, Civil War, and Endgame, and then we got Infinity War, Civil War, Endgame, and also Black Panther. And retroactively, those movies, when you do a rewatch, because everything that was set up came to fruition. It came to fruition really well. Retroactively, it made Age of Ultron a more enjoyable watch, a more enjoyable experience, because okay, oh yeah, they said this was gonna happen, and then it did, and then this happened, and then this happened, which is like, okay, oh yeah, no, maybe Age of Ultron wasn't such a bad movie, because a lot of it was skepticism at the time, where it's like, okay, well, if they do make an Infinity War and it isn't good, you just completely wasted a movie with Age of Ultron. So, and because of all
Yeah.
so I feel like if they did something to carry on with the characters in the sequel trilogy, whether it be an animated series, a Disney Plus series, or maybe another movie,
Pretty much, there is nothing to carry on after the sequels.
I guess. Yeah, it was like
I
realistically.
think, especially with Mandalorian, I think there's that one moment in season 2. You know when it's Cara Dune, Grief Karga, Din, and obviously the guy he captured in episode 1. You know when they go back to what's the land called? What's the planet called? Navarro. When they go back to Navarro and they go to the Imperial base, and you see that fucking thing in the glass.
Yeah.
People did say that's Snoke. Snoke, because people were saying Snoke is a clone of Palpatine. It's a failed one. People are trying to say that it could be something. How do I word this, bro? Stuff they're doing now for Star Wars is trying to validate the sequels into making the sequels all right, but I don't think that can be done.
Yeah, I guess only time will
There's
tell,
so
right?
much stuff from the Star Wars EU which they can just be added into, because that's what Filoni's doing essentially, just putting stuff from EU. They're like, yeah, I like that. Put it into new canon, which is the best thing to be honest. But like sequels, I don't think anything can be done to save those, man. They just doesn't make sense.
Again,
It's like they tried doing the Jason Solo thing with Kylo Ren, and I love Kylo Ren's character. He's fucking cool. It's just like, why would you try and make something your own when there's already such a good formula right there?
yeah, fair point. Fair point. Again, I think only time will tell. We'll see what future projects they do with.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars is looking. Star Wars is looking bright. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Especially with the new shows you got coming out.
Like that whole announcement that they made in that investors call made me like really intrigued to see where Star Wars goes, especially on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are coming up to about 54 minutes or 53 minutes, and I feel like we're gonna get interrupted from my side, so I think we should just call it here.
No worries.
So yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, you can find
Subscribe.
you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. Ijaz SSJ3, Instagram IJSSJ3. Rafi, tell them where you can be found.
Rafi XCVI. I forgot how many eyes I had in my name for a sec. That's where you can find me everywhere. Yes.
And also,
On.
And you have your own channel.
Oh, I do have my YouTube channel. Yes, it's Wraith. I rebranded it. Just got rid of the world. Sound too tacky. There's that. I got that. Maybe doing Twitch again. Who knows? See, now they added One Piece reviews into the channel. I need to think how I can do some stuff as well.
Yeah, so, you know what? Maybe
I would say Berserk chapter reviews, but that's gonna be like what, 2 episodes a year?
yeah. So,
Wouldn't work as well.
We could definitely do something for you, where you can.
Maybe I should just catch up to One Piece.
If you want, yeah, by all means,
Yeah,
by all means,
I've always
because
wanted to get back into it, but
listen. If here there is a really, really, really good way, or you can get back into it, and it's
One
gonna
Piece.
one pace, one
Yeah,
yeah. You just torrent all the episodes. Don't torrent the episodes. I can't. But
I got Crunchyroll. Don't worry, I got Crunchyroll.
quote unquote Crunchyroll the episodes, but use One Pace where they cut out all the filler, all the I think crappy padding where they like focus on like a face for like 15 seconds, or
Oh, like all the scenes where they're running for fucking 20 seconds and
yeah,
all that shit, right?
basically they cut
Yeah.
they cut out all the Toei-isms because it's a Toei trope where because what the One Piece episodes do now is they adapt a chapter an episode, which a standard anime episode for any show would be doing minimum two an episode. Right? Like you know the one I'm watching right now, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mhm.
Their pacing is so good. Do you know how many chapters they're doing an episode?
5.
No, three.
Fuck.
Sometimes three and a half.
Okay.
Like these guys are on point. But yeah, if you use One Pace, you cut down the number of episodes from 900 to about 400, which again, still a lot, but nowhere near as many.
Hmm.
Like, and it makes it much more enjoyable. But yeah, again, we'll find something for you as well. Like, I was thinking maybe Berserk, maybe there's another anime or manga you want to read, or if you just want to do something Star Wars related, like
Or
I got
yeah, when Bad Batch comes out, you should be caught up by then. We'll do episode reviews of that weekly.
yeah,
That'll be sick.
weekly episode reviews. We'll do them
That's
separate to
bad.
this. We'll do them separate to this.
Yeah.
Where we're like, and they'll be short, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Bad Batch. I cannot wait for Bad Batch.
Yeah, man, let's do it. But yeah, as always shit before you shower.
And watch Star Wars and read Berserk.
Bye, guys.
Star Wars binge has been mad. So yeah,